Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Ian's Aquatics. And something today I thought would be, pretty cool is I'm going to start doing kind of like a rip-off of like Dustin's fish tanks where he has like Species Sunday. Well, instead I'm just going to do something like do a review over basically whatever kind of coral or fish I've kept in my tank for some time. And I'm just going to call it what's good about them, what's bad about them. So today, I want to focus on the Hippo Tang, Blue Tang, Regal Tang, Dory, whatever you want to call it. This seems to be a super popular fish in the hobby, and for a good reason. It's super pretty, and everyone, even little kids, know who Dory is. So I kind of just want to do a review of what it's like to take care of a Hippo Tang and have success over the years. All right. So let's start with the good. The good obviously is the color and how they look. I mean, they're not the rarest tang by any means, but still probably one of my all-time top 5 favorite tangs. I mean, you can't really beat the color they get, especially if you get them under some good lights, like Kessel's. Another good thing is they are relatively inexpensive as far as some of your, nicer looking tangs. This one I have in my tank right now is probably about, if I had to guess, close to 5.5 inches, so pretty big. And this one's been in here for 2 years and came out of a very mature tank that had been set up a long time. I don't know, I got it third party, but I don't know how old this fish is. Alright, so that's kind of the good. They're pretty, they're fairly inexpensive. And as you can see, I have 3 tangs in my tank right now, and they all get along just fine. Granted, my tank is also a 125, but all in all, good. Alright, now let's get to the bad. The bad. Okay, here we go, guys. Hippo Tangs. You see them at the pet store. Small ones, probably about three times smaller than that, are probably going to run you starting out $50-ish. Depending on where you live. I live in Tennessee, so it's landlocked, so stuff obviously is going to be more expensive here than it would be, somewhere closer to coastal areas. But, alright, so you got that. They're kind of expensive, not too bad, relatively inexpensive, like I said, but 9 times out of 10, these fish are going to have ick in the store, and if you stress them out at all when you bring them home, they more than likely will be covered in ick within the first day and probably will start to suffocate and die. And I know this because I bought 2 from pet stores previously, and then my brother-in-law and sister had bought one, and they always succumbed to ick and died. And if you live in a bigger metropolitan area where you have fish stores that have the resources available to quarantine fish correctly, that's going to help. But even still, I mean, tangs are notorious for ick, but hippos especially are notoriously terrible for getting ick. So I got really lucky in this case that this fish had already been in an established tank for a long time, and as you can see, he is ick free and has not been quarantined at all. And believe it or not, guys, I know There's a huge debate out there about quarantining fish, but honestly, like, I used to do it, and even with copper and doing every single thing the right way, I mean, still little things can get past that. I know people say it's bulletproof, but I really don't think it is. That's going to be a whole other topic for a video. But yeah, I would not recommend buying a Hippo Tang from a fish store unless it is highly reputable and you really know you're getting a good quality product, because like I said, almost 9 times out of 10 these fish will get ick and generally will die. Like, they're not super hardy tangs. So all in all, I would say this is a great fish to get if you can find a good reputable source for them. I think they'll bring you tons of joy, and obviously you can see the killer looking fish. But that's going to wrap that up today for what's good about them, what's bad about them for the Hippo Tang.